Welcome to the Empire MineCast newsroom, your source for not quite up-to-the-minute news on everything Empire. Coming up later in the show, we'll have the launch of SMP 8 and 9, but first, tragedy struck yesterday as we began preparations for moving my residence to SMP 1 to build the Empire MineCast headquarters. While hosting a res reset party at which any player could build or destroy freely, an Ender Dragon made an appearance, lighting buildings and partygoers on fire and generally causing havoc. The situation resolved itself after a few minutes when people began to leave, as the dragon seemed to get bored and move on.
The dragon's next target was Mordor, on my residence, where he seemed to think he was one of the Nazgul. He circled for a while, eventually coming to rest atop Sauron's eye. A last alliance of members and supporters marched against the menace of the Ender Dragon, and on the very slopes of Mount Doom they fought for the freedom of the towns. Seconds later, the dragon turned into a giant zombie. Similar sightings were reported across the Empire. Multiple Ender Dragons were reported on SMP-1, and while a shout of "Fus! Rhoda!" seemed to temporarily stagger them, often causing them to leave, they would often return before too long.
Reports of other mobs being sighted in town have been flowing in as well. Charged creepers, skeletons, ghasts, slimes, flying squid, and many other mobs were reported before they disappeared as mysteriously as they had come. Spearheading the investigation into these matters is Senior Moderator Ice Cream Cow, who was mysteriously unreachable for comment on this matter.
And finally, happy 200 days to the Empire. It's come far from its humble beginnings, and is currently home to 26,000 members. Now, as you may have noticed, the Empire is constantly growing, and just today, Justin added 2 new servers. Why? Why not? SMP servers 8 and 9 were opened up to the community a few hours ago, and already have some huge creations in them.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Check back soon for more not quite up to the minute news, and yeah.
We need to add in one thing about this being an April Fool's thing.
Nah, we don't.
Because here at Empire Minecraft, the server trolls you.